This is the Positive Witch community tag, and let's get into this. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Rhiannon. If you're new here, I'm a witch and pagan, and today I decided I wanted to do a tag video. It's been a really hard month for me work-wise, so I decided I wanted to do something a little bit light and fun and just kind of spread some positivity throughout the community after I discovered this tag. So I discovered this tag from the Witch's Cookery, and the original video, I guess, comes from Stories, Lore, and More. So if you guys want to do this, definitely feel free to do it and mention 10 witches that you think that are binge worthy on YouTube. And yeah, let's get into my list. This is just my current favorites that I have right now that I know are consistently posting and have like a large volume of posts on their page. I kind of just wanted to make sure that they're consistent, because I know for myself, when you first start looking into people to consume content from, they can sometimes you can sometimes fall in love with their personality and their channel, and then they never post again after 6 videos. So I definitely wanted to make sure that they are committed to what they're doing, and that I am learning something from them. So this is basically just me kind of like giving them a leg up and hoping someone else will give them a chance to watch them, because I love them so very much and they've helped me in my practice and influenced me. So yeah, this is the Positive Witch community tag, and let's get into this. Number 1 is Scarlet Ravenwood. Now, she's very unique because she identifies more as a pagan, but is also a witch. So a lot of the majority of her content is very pagan based, but it's still very witch influenced. And I believe she started off in the Wiccan tradition and now is more tapering off into discovering what her pagan path is. And now and again, she will practice witchcraft. So I still count her as a witch, and it's how I discovered her, is through her What I Wish I Knew Before I Practiced Witchcraft video. So that's definitely one of my major suggestions if you are into paganism or witchcraft or both, to definitely go check her channel out, because she talks all about paganism and the Wheel of the Year and holidays in all these different cultures throughout paganism. So it's super interesting, and there's always something to learn from her channel. Number 2 is that darling, Georgina Rose. I discovered her from Warrior Witch Nike, and I feel like these two go in tandem. They both host a podcast together called Occultism with a Side of Salt, and I cannot get enough of that podcast. It's so much fun to just discover different ideas and thought forms that I never would have like discovered before, and Georgina is definitely one of those proponents of occult knowledge, and definitely a shining star as to what I would like to become one day in the occult sphere. With her knowledge, she is very well versed in occultism and its history, and it's just fascinating to kind of watch all of her knowledge just be laid out on the table for you in such an eloquent way. It's just kind of fascinating. Number 3 is Witch of Wonderlust. Now, this channel I discovered through their money bowl that they had posted, and I absolutely love this channel. It's super aesthetic and it's very to the point, and it's not a lot of fluffy filler, which is really great. So Olivia does a lot of different things, including vlogging and documenting her journey and all of that, but I really enjoy her spell videos and crafting videos where the camera's done on the table and you're able to see what she's doing, and she explains her spell work, and then she allows you to go ahead and try that for yourself and manipulate your spell into something that works for you. So I really love her channel, and I watch that a lot when I need to relax, but I still want something witchy. Number 4 is the Green Witch, Annie. This channel is literally kitchen witch vibes, cottagecore vibes. Her aesthetic is so relaxing and beautiful and cinematic even, I would have to say. The video footage that she does with like her drones and stuff is just amazing. She should literally get into filmmaking because it's just so beautiful. I almost sometimes feel like she had hired someone to help her shoot her videos, but she has done everything herself, and she does all these different cooking videos and spell workings with food and herbs, and kind of just working her craft through the green witch path, which is her path. So I love Annie's channel, and I love the art that she puts out on her Patreon and all of that. So she's a very well talented artist and person who can draw and super versed in talent, let me tell you. So yeah, if you're into green witchcraft or herbalism or anything like that, definitely go and check out her channel because she's studying to become an herbalist, and actually is one of the reasons that inspired me to get into herbal studies myself. Number 5 is Luna Ceranova. Now, she started off with a little bit more of the beauty and skincare industry, and then all of a sudden took a spin, and I would say for the better, into spirituality, witchcraft, and all of that beautiful stuff that we like to learn about. And she talks a lot about the divine feminine and spirituality and her witchcraft path, and her path being a modern witch. And she does a lot of like unboxings, so if you are interested in like knowing what type of subscription boxes to subscribe to, anything like that, her channel is really good to go look at as well. And she does do a lot of instructional videos too. I just find her really super confident and almost childlike, but in the best way possible. It's not a negative thing whatsoever. Almost just like she has like a childlike Wonderlust, which is beautiful. So I really enjoy her content and watching all of her videos. And she also has a podcast called Good Witch Bad Bitch, and I never miss an episode. There's so many different awesome topics that she talks about on there, and you just really don't want to miss it. So anything from like your practice, the wheel of the year, to getting in tune with your inner goddess. So that is a podcast that you definitely need to look into. Number 6 is Azura Dragonfeather. Now, we all know Azura. I would have to say you'd have to know her. She is such a large personality in the witchcraft and pagan sphere. And if you don't know her yet, definitely go check her out. She is actually the first person that I discovered within the witchcraft community online on YouTube. So this channel was the very first channel that I ever subscribed to that was witchcraft and pagan based. And she's a little bit younger than me, I think, but you know what? She's so full of knowledge and just passionate about what she loves and what her lifestyle is, that it just shines through. And it doesn't matter how old you are, when you want to talk about something that you're passionate about, it can just pour through the camera. And yeah, she just has hundreds of videos up, and you know, I really enjoy the fact that she doesn't care what anyone really thinks about her, and I just really enjoy the like watching things about like her journey being a draconic witch and working with draconic energy and all of those things. So there's so many things on her channel. She talks from anything from fairies to dragons to energy forms to working your witchcraft energy, and she's definitely someone you do not want to pass up watching. Go check her out. She's on all the platforms, and I guarantee you that you will learn something from this practicing witch. Number 7 is Mind Witch Mama. She was probably my number 2 or 3 that I subscribed to after Azura, and she's very philosophical and thoughtful and mind-heady, which is really fascinating, and I enjoy so very much being a Gemini. Sometimes I don't get that stimulation as much as I would like in my outside life when it comes to just everyday encounters, so I really enjoy her thoughtfulness, and it really helps trigger mindfulness in myself. So she talks a lot about tarot and being in the mind and using your mind in your practice to become a better witch and manifester. And she's a mother, and she talks, I think, a little bit about parenting and being a witch and pagan and all of that stuff. I'm not sure if she's going to touch on that more, but I think she's definitely a good touchstone if any of you are out there that are parents that are also witches or pagans. Probably be a good person to reach out to and make friends with, because I don't know, she's just so kind and thoughtful, and she was actually the first person that made me realize that I didn't need tools to become a practicing witch. Actually, my very first spell that I ever set out into the universe was influenced from one of her ideas on her video where you do a form of scripting in your head. And I actually set up like I set up a metaphysical altar space in my mind's eye and set up like a sacred space. And I've used it ever since. It's something that I use all the time when I especially cannot be by myself, or I don't want anyone to know that I'm practicing, or if I'm trying to meditate or anything like that. I can lay down in my bed and close my eyes and go into my sacred space and do my own thing, and people just think I'm sleeping. And yeah, she's definitely a go-to. Number 8 is Hearthwitch. This witch, it has so much content on her channel. It is insane. She actually is from the UK, I believe, and she talks all about witchcraft. If Scarlet is more paganism, Hearth is more witchcraft. She talks on every single subject that you can possibly touch on. She's most likely covered it already, and she actually goes on these like hour-long, sometimes many hour-long live streams all the time and just talks to the community about witchcraft and answers questions and has conversations and debates and all this other stuff. So I really enjoy her for like the huge amount of body of information that she has on there, and just the fact that she spends such a large amount of time on YouTube as a platform to talk about witchcraft and to answer questions and provide education. And she first introduced me to like the 3-level like protection bubble, which is really interesting. If I can find that video where she's talking about it, I'll put it in the description box below, and maybe a thumbnail grab so you can check that video out. It's super, super good. She is a Hearthwitch herself and works primarily within her home and the energies within it to manifest her world and her protections, and I really love her channel. Number 9 is Laura OBrien. Now, she is a Celtic witch, and she actually hails from Ireland, and I discovered her when I started my path on trying to discover my Irish-Scottish history and kind of what that meant in my witchcraft and my paganism. And she provides so much information, very much more of like a school education level energy, but she's so full of information and actually offers classes on her own website and courses where you can like take at your own pace all about Irish witchcraft and Irish like history. So it's really interesting, and she does a lot of like etymology into the words of where certain words come from and kind of the history behind them, and the folklore within Irish history. And number 10 is my most recently discovered witch, and I would say probably my most favorite right now. And I'm a little biased because I do consider her a very good friend online, and I do wish so badly that she lived closer if I did, because I really don't know many people out in this area that are as into paganism and witchcraft as I am. But the very last person that I would suggest you guys go check out right away, especially if you're into Norse paganism, is the Norse witch. Benzalla, hi! I just wanted to throw you in here and give you a little bit of a boost up in the algorithm. Hopefully this helps, because I know you've been struggling a little bit lately with your videos, and I love your channel so very much. And yeah, you guys need to check her out if you're into Norse paganism or witchcraft or anything like that. She's from Germany and is documenting her journey through witchcraft and Norse paganism on YouTube. And she's starting a new series right now, actually all about astrology. So if you guys are interested in any of those topics, definitely go check it out. So make sure you guys go and check out her channel and subscribe and say hey from me. And yeah, she definitely will answer your comments down there and loves to hear from you guys. So yes, those are my top 10 witches that are binge worthy and you need to go check out for my Positive Witch community tag. And yeah, this was super fun. It got me back into filming again, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to partake in the tag, definitely go ahead and mention your favorite YouTube witches, and let's spread some love around this community and spread some knowledge, because I know we can all learn something different from different witches and practitioners, because our practice is also very different. So definitely go check those all out, and I'll have the original video linked in my description below, as well as the witch's cookery video where I found the tag to begin with. And I will see you guys in my very next video. Bye!